For decades, Alan Jackson's voice has felt less like entertainment and more like a companion. His songs didn't shout for attention. They settled in quietly, like familiar roads and trusted faces. Whether drifting from a car radio on a summer evening or filling a living room during family gatherings, his music carried a sense of belonging. He sang about ordinary lives with extraordinary sincerity, about love that lasts, mistakes that linger, and memories that never leave. What set him apart wasn't just talent, but restraint. He didn't chase trends or polish away the rough edges of real life. Instead, he leaned into them. In doing so, Alan became more than a country singer. He became a storyteller for people who rarely saw their lives reflected on a stage. His voice felt honest, grounded, and deeply American because it came from lived experience, not performance. Raised by faith, work, and humility, Alan Eugene Jackson was born on October 17, 1958 in Newnan, Georgia, the youngest of 5 children in a hard-working family. He grew up in a small home that had once been his grandfather's tool shed, a place shaped by simplicity rather than comfort. His father worked long hours as a mechanic, while his mother ran the school cafeteria and taught her children discipline, faith, and gratitude. There was no excess in the Jackson household, but there was stability. Church, family dinners, and honest labor formed the backbone of Alan's childhood. Those early lessons stayed with him, grounding his character long before success arrived. Even as fame later surrounded him, the values of humility and respect never left. You can hear that upbringing in his music, songs that honor everyday people, quiet strength, and lives lived without applause. Discovering music that spoke the truth. Music entered Alan's life not through ambition, but through faith. Gospel hymns at church were his first exposure to melody and meaning, teaching him that songs could carry emotion and purpose. As a teenager, he discovered country artists who sang about real people and real struggles, and something clicked. This wasn't fantasy or escape, it was storytelling rooted in truth. When his parents bought him a modest guitar, it wasn't a grand gesture, but it became a turning point. Alan began writing and performing, slowly learning how to shape his own experiences into music. His first performances were simple and unpolished, but they carried sincerity. He wasn't trying to impress, he was trying to express. Even then, music felt less like a career choice and more like a calling, something he couldn't ignore no matter how uncertain the path ahead looked. Paying dues before dreams came true. After high school, Alan worked manual jobs while playing music whenever he could, forming a band and performing in small clubs across Georgia. These early years were exhausting and uncertain, filled with late nights, long drives, and little financial reward. But they were essential. He learned discipline, resilience, and how to connect with audiences who weren't there for spectacle, only authenticity. There was no fast track, no guarantee of success, just persistence. Alan wasn't chasing fame as much as he was chasing meaning. Music offered him a way forward, a chance to build something that felt true to who he was. Every small stage and empty room strengthened his resolve. Those years shaped his work, ethic, and humility, ensuring that when success finally arrived, it wouldn't change him. It would simply amplify the values he already carried. Love that came before the spotlight. Long before awards and recognition, Alan found love with Denise, the woman who would become his wife and lifelong partner. Their relationship began simply, built on shared values, humor, and mutual support. They married young, choosing commitment over certainty, and built their life together without knowing where the road would lead. Those early years were defined by sacrifice, financial struggles, long separations, and unwavering belief in one another. Denise supported Alan's dream even when it offered no guarantees, working alongside him to keep their life afloat. Their bond was forged in ordinary moments, not grand gestures. This foundation mattered later, when fame tested their relationship in unexpected ways. Their story wasn't one of perfection, but of perseverance. Love came first, and that truth remained central. even when the pressures of success threatened to pull them apart. Nashville, faith, and a door that opened. Moving to Nashville was a leap of faith. Alan and Denise arrived with little money, big hopes, and no clear path forward. Life there was humbling. Small apartments, side jobs, and constant uncertainty. Alan worked during the day and played music at night, while Denise continued working to support them. The dream felt distant until a chance encounter changed everything. Denise met Glenn Campbell during a flight and spoke honestly about her husband's music. That simple conversation led to an opportunity Alan never forgot. It wasn't luck alone, it was preparation meeting grace. When Alan finally secured a record deal, he carried deep gratitude for the years of waiting that shaped him. His debut album didn't sound manufactured, it sounded lived in. Nashville didn't change Alan Jackson, it simply gave his voice a larger room to be heard. Standing firm. When trends shifted, as Alan's career grew in the 1990s, so did pressure to adapt to changing musical trends. While others leaned toward pop influences, Alan remained committed to traditional country sounds and storytelling. This wasn't stubbornness, it was conviction. He believed country music should reflect real life, not chase commercial appeal. Songs like Chattahoochee and Don't Rock the Jukebox celebrated roots, memory, and identity. His commitment sometimes drew criticism, but it also earned respect. Alan wasn't trying to be timeless, he was being honest. That honesty resonated with fans who saw their own lives reflected in his music. By staying true to his vision, he preserved a sound that might otherwise have faded. In doing so, he became a bridge between generations, reminding listeners that authenticity never goes out of style. When life tested love and forgiveness, fame brought challenges that tested Alan's marriage in painful ways. Long absences, pressure, and personal mistakes created distance between him and Denise. Their relationship reached a breaking point, forcing both to confront uncomfortable truths. Instead of walking away, they chose reflection, accountability, and faith. Denise found strength in forgiveness, while Alan faced the weight of his actions with humility. Rebuilding trust wasn't quick or easy. It required honesty and change. Their reconciliation became a quiet testament to resilience rather than perfection. Through counseling, faith, and renewed commitment, they rebuilt a stronger foundation. Their story reflects a deeper truth. Lasting love isn't about avoiding failure, but about choosing growth. In a world quick to give up, they chose perseverance, proving that healing is possible when pride is set aside and grace leads the way. Facing health, loss, and change with grace. Later in life, new challenges emerged. Alan publicly shared his struggle with a hereditary neurological condition that affects balance and mobility, offering clarity and honesty to fans who noticed changes. Though the diagnosis brought limitations, it didn't take away his purpose. He adapted, continued performing, and leaned on the support of family. During this time, the family also faced deep personal loss, reminding them of life's fragility. Through grief and uncertainty, Alan remained grounded in gratitude. Music became less about performance and more about connection. Standing on stage took effort, but his voice carried the same sincerity it always had. These years revealed a quieter strength, acceptance without surrender. Alan showed that dignity isn't found in denial, but in facing reality with courage and continuing forward with intention. A legacy written in truth. Alan Jackson's legacy isn't measured only by awards or record sales, but by the way his music became part of people's lives. His songs captured moments others overlooked, family memories, small-town pride, enduring love, and honest regret. He never claimed perfection, only truth. That humility is why his work continues to resonate. Even as he steps away from the spotlight, his influence remains steady. His music still plays in kitchens, cars, and quiet moments, offering comfort and reflection. Alan proved that authenticity outlasts trends, and sincerity leaves a deeper mark than spectacle. When the final note fades, what remains is a life lived with purpose, resilience, and heart. He didn't just sing country music, he lived it, and in doing so, gave voice to generations who heard themselves in his songs.